Hello, beautiful people. We have our lovely Renuka here, channelingspiritworld.com, which you will see in the description box, but we'll put it on the screen for you. And she is channeling Professor Erik. Hi, Erik. I love you.
He has that professor hat. I think, hello, good morning.
Oh, tipping your hat. Well, tell me what we're going to talk about. I know you guys told me the end of our last session, but
Yeah, it's been long. We missed one session in the middle. He's written Spirit Communication Continue. Last lecture, we spoke about what is spirit communication, how it takes place. And this lecture, he's written obstacles. What are the obstacles that we face in spirit communication? He's saying, Mom, like I promised last time, it's going to be an entire course. So the last was the first of the series that I'm going to continue for the rest of the year. I'm going to pack in as much as possible the definitions, the processes, the spiritual routines that we need to do, the confirmations. He's saying I'm going to pack in as much as possible and I'm going to continue this for the rest of the year so that you have that in your playlist. Like whosoever wants to
oh,
start
good.
yeah, I think whosoever wants to start their journey with mediumship, with channeling, these are the most important, precious, basic lectures, wisdom, information they can have, and they can start doing it on their own, without taking anybody's help. These are the basics. Of course, going forward, they need guidance and they'll need proper channel medium to confirm what they are receiving. But for now, for the basics to start, these lectures are all you need, he's saying. So
Yeah, I
he's
think
saying, yeah.
we have your own playlist here for that on the
Yeah.
YouTube channel. I think that's what Paula's done. But yeah, let's get going.
So he's saying last lecture was the first in the series, Mom. Last lecture was all about understanding what is spirit communication, how it takes place, and he's saying I have done my best to explain it. Today we are going to talk about the obstacles that the newbies, the beginners will face when they are starting to learn to train for spirit communication. So he's
Okay.
saying once we understand what the process is, then we need to understand what are the obstacles. Once we are aware of majority of the obstacles, the major ones at least, if we put efforts to work on those obstacles one by one, the process gets very smooth now. And that's what builds the confidence if you are a beginner and if you're learning to communicate. Besides that, I have promised my energies, I am always present. If you call on to me, I'll be there. But barring that, the processes and the spiritual routines that I'm teaching through these lectures are very important, and the viewers will be able to communicate with me if they follow the way I am teaching them, chronologically in each of the lectures. I
Okay.
think we have done the flame meditation. After that last lecture, I have given them a process to sit and communicate with me indirectly through clairvoyance, through visions. That should be something they should be continuing. And I have received a lot of emails where people are asking for confirmations. There's one more thing I would like to say, or is my website is going through a lot of changes, a lot of modifications because the mandates with the government have changed a lot. So we'll have to overhaul the entire website. So in any case, if the website is not working at that point of time, they just have to email me on contact at channelingspiritworld.com. Contact CONTACT at channelingspiritworld.com. That email ID will always work so that
Okay.
I stay in touch. So in case they are having issues with my website in their particular area, they just need to shoot me an email if they want to book a session, if they want confirmations of the visions that they are receiving. I've received a lot of emails and most of them are doing very well.
Good.
Erik has this, yeah. So Erik has this, set pro forma how he'll give you visions. His visions will have beautiful natural sceneries, mountains and rivers. Or his visions will be very funny. Like
Oh
he'll
yeah.
make faces, yeah, he'll make faces, he'll laugh, and he will dance. I have seen this one particular imagery which he uses a lot where there is nature in the background, there are clear blue skies, there are mountains and waterfalls, and he will just take you into those in those images, in those sceneries. He'll also show himself in a dark background, wearing his full suit and being very dapper, and he's dancing with music in the background. So there is a theme to how he shows visions. And if they'll email me that this is what they saw after following the process which we taught in the last lecture, I'll be able to confirm, and this will give them a lot of confidence.
And confidence is key in developing
Yeah.
your gifts, right?
Yes.
Having faith.
Because mom, because the first ever block that we face in spirit communication is the mind. And if the mind starts believing and it gets confident, then it's a step up of at least 3 to 4 levels at a time. He's saying that improves the communication so much. So he's saying we are open, and because my website is going through such issues, I would like them to email me directly, but not stop the process, not stop the practice, because this practice in the beginning will really set their base to work on the advanced abilities once they are confident about the basic abilities at this stage. So you think today we have to talk about obstacles. I will not give a new process today. Today we'll just talk about the obstacles, understand what the obstacles are. In the next lecture, I'll be explaining the solutions to all of these obstacles, make it into a good spiritual routine which they can follow, which will help them move forward with their abilities. I'll still be open for receiving whatever visions, images, communication they are getting to confirm, which will help their confidence. I have been receiving a lot of emails, but if people are facing issues, they can directly email me.
Do you,
So he said,
do you do any one-on-one
yeah,
classes?
that's going. Yeah.
Okay.
These are mediumship trainings, and Erik is wonderful with them. It takes around 2 to 3 months, and people are able to see him, talk to him, hear him.
Oh,
I have seen that happening. The courses are so brilliantly designed by him. And Lisa, he designs subjective courses for different people because he says
oh,
they have different abilities, they have different mental patterns. So once you sit for the first session, he'll recommend the kind of healing you need, because he always, heals the chakras, the aura, the astral body, removes all the clogs, all the negativity, the heaviness, and then he starts the training. And he'll start the training as per the abilities which are already developed at certain levels, and he'll try and enhance those abilities. Then he'll bring in the new abilities. So it's a very detailed medium.
very tailored, custom.
Tailored to everybody's subjective capacities and whatever abilities are already developed in them. He said it's very important we start working with the abilities which are already developed, because that gives renewed confidence. Again, confidence is important. So he is doing brilliant with those, and people have so much confidence, and it's so easy for them to communicate with him. Like I have seen within a month, they are able to see him, they are able to hear him, they are able to talk to him and communicate with him. It's wonderful. And I suppose once you are connected to Erik, you're connected to the entire spirit, because he can bring in all the souls you want him to bring.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets really easy.
He's the doorman at the Plaza Hotel.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like you just need to stay connected with him, and boom, everything opens up. He makes sure he helps them connect with their spirit guides. He makes sure he helps them connect with their higher self. Those are the brilliant experiences that I get to hear from them. So I just teach them, and then they just go out and have these full-blown experiences, which are wonderful.
That must be very rewarding for you, Renuka.
Very rewarding, very rewarding. The gratitude that I get, the affection that I get. Overall, and Erik has always revealed to me, Elisa, that my main purpose is connecting both the worlds. So that is why my main purpose will be to teach them how to communicate with Erik, because with Erik, the whole spirit world opens up. So, needless to say, it's him, or it's all the way him. He designs the mediumship course. He goes to them, communicates with them, gives them confirmations. So it's all him. He's the.
Oh, don't sell yourself short. Couldn't do it without you. That's awesome.
I'm just so happy that I'm connected to him. Gives so much meaning to my life. So much.
So today we're going to talk about obstructions, obstacles, and then next time resolving those obstacles.
the solutions to the obstructions. And he's saying the solutions I'll give them in form of a spiritual routine, which they'll have to do it with discipline and consistency, and that's how their abilities will enhance them. So I
Okay.
think, Mom, when you're talking about obstacles, the first obstacle has to be the mind.
Oh,
Like we
yeah.
discussed in our last lecture, mind is the primary medium through which we communicate, because we don't have sense organs, so we impress the messages on your mind. That's the process that we discussed in our last lecture. So mind is the main medium through which the communication is taking place, but at the same time mind is filled with so much of blocks, so much of past life impressions, so much of conditionings from our childhood and from our past experiences, that it itself can become the biggest block and obstacle in the spirit communication. He's saying, when I'm coming and impressing a message on the mind, which is the subconscious mind, which is going to send this message to the surface of the mind, has to be very balanced, has to be calm, has to have the impressions lying very low, so that the message does not get entangled in whatever is already there. So
Yeah.
whatever is there in the mind could be positive, could be negative. But the essence is that my message will get entangled and will not be pure until it reaches the conscious levels of the conscious mind, the upper level of the conscious mind. He's saying, Mom, that is why we have always said meditation. He's saying, now imagine the mind is a blackboard, and I am going to go and write on the blackboard to communicate with you. But if the blackboard is filled with the writings already, from your mind, from your impressions, the past life impressions and samskaras, from the thoughts, from the conditionings, from the preconceived prejudices, it's all written on the board.
Ew.
Now, if the blackboard is filled with all of this, it's written, the thoughts are written, and the impressions are very strongly imprinted. If I come and I'm wanting to write on it, if I write on top of it, it will all get mixed up. It will all
Yeah.
get jumped.
It's like,
The
where's
essence,
Waldo?
yes,
They try to find your impression.
yes, the essence of the message that I'm trying to communicate will get mixed up, and the essence of the communication will be lost because of that. He's saying, I'm not saying you will not receive my message, but it will come mixed with all of this.
Yeah.
And this is the first main disadvantage in spirit communication with mediums, where the mind tends to interfere. Your personal experiences, your personal thoughts, memories, the traumas, everything has a set impact on your mind, and they stand on your mind very firm. So when the message is passing through the mind, it will get mixed up and come to the surface of your conscious mind. That's the only huge drawback of mediumship and channeling. And
Yeah.
that's why you will see some mediums are so accurate, and some mediums tend to color their messages. They don't come to know. They are not aware. They don't
Yeah.
know,
Oh,
because
yeah.
these are very subtle impressions from the subconscious mind, and you yourself are not all the time aware of them because they are buried deep in the subconscious mind. But
Yeah.
the problem is that we are communicating through the subconscious mind.
Yeah.
So he's saying that becomes a major obstacle. Of course, we don't need to get discouraged, because I'm going to give solutions to all of these obstacles
Next time. Yeah. Yeah.
how to overcome them in the next lecture. But this is how the mind becomes the major obstacle. It being the main instrument through which we are communicating, and it becomes the major obstacle also. That this
Yeah.
is how it becomes that obstacle. The second he's saying, Mom, our physical body.
Oh, yeah.
Like we again, like last time he explained that the process of spirit communication is very simple. It's two spirits communicating. One spirit is in the body, one spirit does not have the body.
Yeah.
So obviously the body becomes an obstacle. Now, if this body, it's not grounded, it's not healthy, it's not balanced, it becomes more of an obstacle. The body always stands between us because we are spirits, but it always stands between us. But if that body is again not healthy and not balanced, it becomes a major obstacle.
So
So
physical illness
yeah,
can play a
because
part, right?
it lowers your vibration.
Yeah. What about certain medications?
Yeah, always. So I'm not allowed to take pills. If I fall sick, I'm not allowed to. If I'm taking pills, I can't channel for 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that I can't hear him, but he says your mind is so weak to give you exact specific messages. It
Yeah.
won't be possible for us.
Well,
So
what about people who have to have their heart medicine, for example, or their diabetes medication?
it gets difficult. The communication will get difficult.
But still possible, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It is still possible, but you wouldn't do it professionally because then you're inviting karma by giving out wrong guidance.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's what I believe. Like, I'll still communicate, but I'll communicate for myself
Right.
because I'm not harming anybody else. I'm just taking a risk for myself.
Right.
And I think it's about practice also. Even with that medicine at that level of consciousness, if you keep practicing, it gets better.
Yeah. And find other ways to increase your vibration if that medication has lowered it.
So he's saying in those cases, mom, you need brilliant styles of meditation. So if you're meditating in a good way, you surpass the effects of the medicine, and you have that window of 15 to 20 minutes to communicate clearly, which is more than enough.
Yeah. Okay.
Daily. Yeah. And that is why, I don't take allopathy. I mostly resort to alternatives, homeopathy and Ayurveda. But of course, where it's needed, it gets a little bit difficult because the mind and the brain, they get very drowsy and very slow after such heavy medicines.
Oh, yeah.
And it's the main instrument through which the spirit is communicating. So obviously, it affects the effectiveness of the message coming through the mind. So you think on body has senses, how much the body is connected to Mother Earth, how much your body is grounded to Mother Earth's energies will determine how much your physical senses are working. Even if we are communicating through the mind, the senses are working all the time to convert it into vocabulary, understand the essence, the feel of the message. So physical senses are important, and that is why health of the body is important. The body, how much the body is grounded to Mother Earth, that is important. The water composition of the body also matters a lot more.
Yeah.
He's saying because we convert that water in your body into energy to communicate with you. There's the energy that we use in your body comes from water and from sweets. Like he's always told me if I'm feeling too low after communication, he said eat something sweet, because that sugar levels, those glucose levels, that energy levels, that water which creates that energy is always being used by spirit to communicate with us.
Yeah, I know that when I do my scalar work, I have to be well hydrated and I can't be hungry or thirsty. Super important. Otherwise, it just goes so slowly. So that makes
Same
sense.
thing. Yeah, the same thing he's saying. Your sugar levels have to be balanced, and if you have channeled more than the energy present in the body, your sugar levels will drop. So you have to eat something sweet, and of course, that's why you have to be well satiated. And the water is also very important because it definitely dehydrates you. The
Yeah,
channel.
but water is a good conduction for channeling, conduit for channeling, because I feel like I can talk to Erik better in the bathtub, for example.
Yeah, but within your body, the water
Yeah, but also in
communication
your body, but outside of the body too, probably doesn't hurt.
outside the body, it's the best conductor. He's told me to be in the tub, and also when I'm in the swimming pool and I'm under the water, I can see and hear him very clear. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
very
Interesting.
clear.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have told you this, Elisa, but he taught me swimming.
Oh,
I
wow.
had this, yeah, I had this past life fear because I had drowned in a particular past life, and I had this huge fear, and I never learned swimming. And I
Yeah.
was around 34 or 35 years of age when Eric said, "It's high time you work on this fear because next lifetime it's going to get heavier. So let's make it happen." I said, "I am not stepping in the swimming pool."
Oh,
And he just pulled me and he just pushed me. I took 4 to 6 months, but every day he used to push me to go to the swimming pool. As soon as I used to place my feet in the swimming pool, I used to get shivers and I
oh,
used to feel so scared. All those
of
subconscious voice
course.
coming to the surface.
Yeah.
And he promised me, once you enter, I promise you, you will feel me, you will see me, I'm protecting you. He took a lot of time to assure me that he'll be with me. And when my instructor told me to go completely, immerse myself completely, and I was very scared,
Oh,
I immersed myself the very first time when I immersed myself. and I opened my eyes. I could see Erik right with me very clearly
Oh,
inside within the swimming pool. That's where my fear went up after that, because he said, I will always be there. I'll not let anything happen to you. I'll not let you drown. You will see me all the time. For a month, every time I entered the swimming pool, he was there.
that's
And
cool.
within the water, I could see him so clearly that took away all my fear, and I learned swimming.
That is awesome. Good job, Erik. Now, board shorts or Speedo? That's what I want to know. No, you like board shorts. Or whatever you call them. All right. That is really a very cool story. I like that.
It's amazing. He's really inspiring.
Oh.
I wouldn't have been able to learn swimming, and I'm a pro at it now because, and even till date, if I'm going, he'll make sure he's there, because sometimes that fear again comes to the surface of the mind.
Yeah.
Sometimes. So before going, he'll say, "Okay, I'm accompanying you, I'm coming." But I've noticed I can see him and hear him completely when I'm underwater.
Hmm. So
You're right.
what is the best way to ground yourself to Mother Earth, Erik?
So he's taught me a meditation. It's a guided meditation. If you want, we can do that guided meditation during a recording. Like, we can record it just like we have recorded this classroom meditation. He's saying, Mom, I can't explain it. I have to lead you into it.
Okay. I got you.
It's standing barefoot on Mother Earth's energy. It should be fresh grass or fresh red mud or sand, but it should be raw Mother Earth, flat surface, raw Mother Earth energy. It can't be a tile or a marble or a concrete or a pavement. No, you have to be standing barefoot where you're connecting with raw Mother Earth's energies. And after that, that guided meditation, it's a beautiful meditation he's taught me, which I use for grounding my body.
Is it on your site? Also?
No, we'll have to record. We'll have to record.
Okay.
Yeah. If you want, we can have a guided meditation recorded here, and people can use it just like they're using the classroom meditation.
Gotcha.
By the way, the classroom guided meditation, which is to connect with Erik, it's helping a lot of people. So many people to communicate with him. Of course, the meditation is given by him, so he knows what works best to connect with him. But it's a very powerful and effective meditation. So many have learned to communicate directly with him through that meditation.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's
people
awesome.
are using that. So maybe we can have a grounding meditation video also uploaded. It will help a lot of people to, do that meditation. We'll do that.
All right, but it had to be out in the grass, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure there's no dog poop.
Have their speakers. Yeah, they can have their speakers on.
All right.
So he's saying body will also act as an obstacle, Mom, if it's not healthy, if it's not grounded, and if it's not balanced. You need electrolytes, you need good glucose levels. All of this is needed. The third obstacle he's saying are energetic bodies. Our energetic bodies can pose as an obstacle if they are not clean. If there is a lot of foreign energy, negativity, heavier impressions which are pulling them down, because, Mom, we are energy. We first get in touch with your energy. So your energetic bodies, the aura, the astral body, the chakras, all of them need to be cleansed. They need to be filled with light. They need to be balanced. They need to be aligned for the communication to take place in a much smoother way. I think now I'm saying all of these obstacles does not mean I can't communicate with you, but when you work on these obstacles, the communication goes next level.
Yeah, and that we'll cover all these next time.
Yes,
okay, that's cool.
I think that is why I recommend healing sessions. In these healing sessions, I first cleanse their auras. I make sure all their chakras are balanced, all the negativity is released, all the chakras are working in alignment. He works on all the energetic bodies. Of course, it depends who will need how many healing sessions according to the negativity or the heaviness in their astral body and their chakras, and that's how he works. So I think the health of these energetic bodies is also very important, because the lighter the energetic bodies, higher the vibrations of your physical body, and it's easier for us to come and get in touch.
Yeah.
Then he's saying the sleep patterns, the quality of sleep. That is something, Mom, which will always affect, because if you're sleeping well, all your bodies along with your physical bodies are being rested well. while you're sleeping, so much of the negativity and heaviness is being released from your soul, from
Oh,
your energetic bodies, from your physical body, and more so, your brain is clear. There is
yeah.
no there is no fog in your brain for the conscious mind to interpret the messages clearly.
Yeah.
Because if there is so much in the brain already, so much overthinking going on, when the thought comes to the surface of the mind, again it gets suppressed and you're not able to receive the communication.
Yeah. Right.
The brain needs to be rested, it needs to be calm. There shouldn't be overthinking, there shouldn't be chaotic haywire thoughts. I think nothing that cannot be corrected through meditation. But all I'm saying is sleep is a very important part because it gives rest and relaxation to all your bodies, including your physical body.
Makes sense. I love sleeping. I could sleep 12 hours if I were left to it.
You're lucky, you're lucky there. The next thing is saying, mom, negativity. We take in so much negativity in so many forms at so many levels, and we are not even aware about it. There is so much negativity we take from places which are haunted, which are heavy astrally, which are energetically heavy, and it sits in our aura. And because this energy is so subtle, we don't come to know until this energy travels from aura to our astral body. From the astral body, when it gets heavier in the astral body, it travels to the chakras.
Mm.
Once the chakras are too much saturated with this heaviness, the corresponding physical body starts getting affected. He's saying that's how we fall sick, mom. It's not the physical body direct. So
Wow.
he's saying it always comes into the aura. If your aura is not cleansed and shielded, that negativity will sit in your aura. Of course, you don't know, you are not feeling any of it because it's so subtle still. But when this negativity gets heavier and heavier and heavier in the aura is not able to hold it, then it gets transferred to the astral body. Then it sits in the astral body. This is where our mind gets affected, our emotions get affected, our energy gets affected, but yet it's not come to the physical body. So we are still fine. But when it gets heavier into the astral body, it gets, spilled onto the chakras. So whichever chakras get imbalanced, get oversaturated with negativity, the corresponding physical body parts get affected, and this is how we fall sick.
Is this why a lot of most beings actually do not watch the news? I've cut the news now. It's like if there's something really horrible like the apocalypse, somebody's gonna let me know.
No news, no newspapers has been my rule that I've been following from years. I'm
Yeah.
not in touch with current affairs at all. Like I feel very lost. Sometimes I see
Right.
your videos, then I come to know what's going on in the world. Otherwise, I don't watch anything. He's saying, "Mom, because you might feel it is not affected. You might feel, oh, I saw it and I forgot about it. But the mind, the subconscious mind, is taking everything.
Yeah.
And so he in fact asked me not to hug everyone.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because if that person has a heavier energy, is going through some sort of difficult life situations, some kind of depression or trauma, it will get rubbed off onto you very easily because you're
And, and
hugging
try
them.
not to try to let go of toxic relationships too. But sometimes that's very difficult. Like if your mother or father or whatever, it's just
Thing, even if you
heavy.
can't let go completely, mom, distance, balance, boundaries, all of these are important.
Yeah, that's true. All right. But we'll get into that more next time.
Yeah, he's saying so energy in form of this, or if your thoughts are negative, sometimes you get into a negative mode. If that negativity gets converted to your actions, you're getting triggered. So your thoughts, your emotions, the energy that you take in from other people, the that you take in from places which are not so good
Oh
energetically
yeah.
heavy. We think these places are hospitals, the morgues,
Ooh.
the airports. Nobody knows, but the airports are very, very heavy.
And
Airports are very,
cemeteries?
yeah, cemeteries, morgues, yes. So
Okay.
you think we take in lots and we don't realize because it's so subtle. But slowly, slowly, if we are not in touch with our energetic bodies, they get heavier and ultimately they affect our physical body. But here, what I'm trying to say is that even if it's in your energetic bodies, even if your physical body is healthy, but if that negativity is there, it will affect the spirit coming.
Yeah.
So that's one more obstacle that we need to be aware about and that we need to work on.
Okay.
And he's saying the next obstacle one, which is the most common and which is almost a major obstacle of all of these obstacles, is lack of proper guidance.
Mm.
Like I have seen people sitting with me and they feel so nervous and they doubt themselves so much. And when they start communicating within a month, they feel so shocked. They feel so surprised because apparently they never came across someone who can guide them properly. It was just
Right.
lack of guidance. They already have good abilities. They were already communicating, but they were not sure. They were not confident. They were not receiving the confirmations. And the most important thing that I feel that so many are not able to communicate effectively is because there is a lack of process. You think, Mom, the communication
Oh,
is happening through the mind. The mind needs a process. Otherwise, the
yeah.
mind will go haywire. If you give a process to the mind, take this process and use this process to communicate with Erik. Use this process to communicate with your spirit guides. All these processes need to be different. So
Oh,
your mind, so your mind knows, okay, I need to do this. But if you don't give it a process and you just sit and try and communicate, the mind will go haywire. It will go
yeah.
everywhere. So and then you will not be able to communicate. So you think, Mom, that's a major obstacle. There is
Mhm.
no proper guidance to guide people, to guide their minds to make this communication possible. So that's one of the major obstacles. You think that's what
Makes
you're working
sense.
towards. Yeah,
Makes
that's
sense.
what you're working towards. And these lectures will help with that obstacle, of
Yeah.
course. We think that's why I've turned it into a course, and rest of the year we are going to keep doing this as much as possible, through the lectures. But
Right.
yes, personal guidance, personal training, it really helps a lot. It just speeds up the process
Oh, yeah.
because it's
Right.
so much subjective. The next obstacle he's written is lack of discipline and consistency. Yeah.
Oh,
You see,
yeah.
again the same thing. I'm communicating through your mind. If your mind does not follow the processes with discipline and consistency, the mind will keep going up and down, and the effectiveness of the communication will keep on going up and down. So at least in initial few years, if you're disciplined and consistent with the protection techniques, with the processes, with meditation, where you have some sort of semblance and control and regulation of your mind, it gets so much easier.
Oh, yeah. See, that's where I fall short, just not practicing. Oh, I'm too busy today, that kind of thing. So, practice, consistent practice, but yeah, consistency in the process,
Yeah.
so important.
Why consistency? Because your mind is not consistent. Your mind goes through so much each day.
Yeah.
Each day the state of mind differs, it changes. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not stable. So
Yeah.
to give mind that stability, you need to be consistent in developing a relationship with your mind, in spending time with your mind, sitting with your mind, you know,
Okay.
because communication is happening through the mind. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. Wow.
So you think, "No, there are more obstacles, but these are the major ones. And if we understand how to deal with these obstacles, how to overcome these, the process gets easy peasy."
Easy peasy is what I like. Now, you do individual. Do you also do like couples or small groups, or is it best to do individual since everybody's so different?
It's best to do individuals
I
because
would
there
think
is
so. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. It's cool. Anything else you want to talk about as far as what you have to offer?
he's starting a soul plan workshop group where he'll be again this will be a small group, but he'll be teaching the soul plan theory in much great detail, and he'll be accessing their soul plans, accessing their karmic blueprint, and he'll be guiding them very subjectively, karma wise. Every relationship he'll hold on to the relation, he'll make sure that they balance karma in that relationship, learn the lessons from difficult situations, and we meet every month just for 2 hours. But he's also practicing establishing psychic connections with them towards the end of these workshops. So
Okay.
that's something that we are planning to do. I already have 2 groups going on, and we are planning to start a third group. So if anybody is interested, they can always get in touch with me. So he's saying, Mom, there what happens in soul plan workshops, you are practicing spirit communication also, because I come in, I'm all the time over there for those 2 hours, but along with it, the information and the wisdom of the soul that comes to you
Yeah.
about your plan, about your purpose,
That is powerful.
releasing the heaviness of the karmas, all of it together becomes a beautiful comprehensive training for your soul. So
That's so powerful. So channelingspiritworld.com, but also in case contact
at channelingspiritworld.com.
at channel, not no, there's no Renuka in it. Okay, contact at channelingspiritworld.com. All right. Thank you guys. Erik, anything else you want to say?
He's saying, Mom, I'm super proud of you. Look at what we have achieved. And if I could only show you what we are going to achieve.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm excited. I love you. Love you both. Love you out there. Please subscribe so you don't miss one of these other awesome Professor and Renuka, Professor Erik and Renuka sessions. And yeah, hit the notification bell too. All right. Bye.